Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about top 10 countries with most COVID-19 cases. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. According to Johns Hopkins University, the total number of global coronavirus cases has reached 153.9 million, while the number of deaths has risen to over 3.2 million. The total number of cases was 153,953,421, according to the latest update from the university's Center for Systems Science and Engineering, CSSE. According to the CSSE, the United States had the largest number of cases and deaths in the world, with 32,510,922 and 578,407 cases and deaths. With 20,282,833 infections and 222,408 deaths, India came in second. The 10 countries with the largest number of COVID-19 cases are as follows. Number 10. Germany. Coronavirus has now been confirmed in 3,450,663 people in Germany. Germany is now ranked 10th among the worst affected nations. According to the Johns Hopkins tally, coronavirus has caused at least 3,450,663 confirmed cases and 83,711 deaths in Germany. As some regions consider loosening lockdown limits, Germany's constitutional court rejected emergency appeals against the government's decision to enforce night curfews in areas with high COVID-19 infections on Wednesday. Last month, Germany passed a law granting Chancellor Angela Merkel's government further powers to combat a third outbreak of the coronavirus, including the ability to impose curfews between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. in areas where infection rates are high. The number of confirmed new coronavirus cases in Germany increased by 18,034 to 3,451,550 on Wednesday, but it was still 4,000 lower than a week earlier, and the 7-day incidence per 100,000 people fell to 132 from 141 on Tuesday, the lowest in 3 weeks. Last month, Congress passed legislation allowing the federal government to enforce nighttime curfews in areas where homicide rates exceed 100 per 100,000 people for 3 days in a row, and even tighter restrictions in areas where homicide rates exceed 165 per 100,000. Hamburg, Lower Saxony, and Schleswig-Holstein are the only German states with less than 100 cases per 100,000, though Berlin, Brandenburg, and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern are on their way there. The southern German state of Bavaria announced on Tuesday that outdoor dining would be allowed to resume on May 10 in areas where the occurrence is less than 100, and that the tourism sector will reopen on May 21, when that part of the country has school holidays. Lower Saxony has also decided to relax the rules for restaurants, tourism and retail in areas of less than 100 people. Number 9. Spain. Spain has 3.5 million coronavirus cases. Spain is now ranked 9th among the worst affected nations. According to the Johns Hopkins tally, coronavirus has caused more than 3.5 million confirmed cases and 78,399 deaths in Spain. The official number of cases in Spain is 3.43 million, with more than 3.45 million people receiving both vaccine doses. For the time being, people under the age of 65 in Spain who test positive for the virus must wait 6 months from the time of diagnosis to receive a vaccine. Even so, they'll only get 1 dose of the 2-dose vaccines. Number 8. Italy. COVID-19 case rises to 4,059,821. The total number of active infections in Italy was 4 million. In the meantime, the death toll has risen to 121,738. The number of coronavirus cases in the country has recently risen, with daily confirmed deaths hitting new peaks. The health ministry confirmed 267 coronavirus-related deaths on Wednesday, up from 305 the day before, while the daily count of new infections increased to 10,585 from 9,116. Since the outbreak began in February of last year, Italy has reported 122,005 deaths linked to COVID-19, the second highest toll in Europe after the United Kingdom and the 7th highest in the world. To date, the country has recorded 4.07 million cases. COVID-19 patients in hospitals, except those in intensive care, totaled 17,520 on Wednesday, down from 18,176 the day before. There were 142 new intensive care unit admissions on Wednesday, up from 136 the day before. The Health Ministry reported that 327,169 COVID-19 tests were performed in the previous day, compared to 315,506 the day before. Number 7. UK with 4,439,485 coronavirus cases. The number of active cases in the country has suddenly increased. There have been 4,439,485 coronavirus infections in the UK, with over 127,803 deaths. Since the beginning of the year, the total number of new daily cases in the UK has decreased significantly, although the rate of decline has slowed in recent weeks. The government reported 2,144 more confirmed cases in the UK on Wednesday. Due to some reporting delays over the bank holiday weekend, the figures for Wales included in the UK total are for Sunday to Tuesday. Although the UK is making strides against COVID, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has stated that the majority of science experts expect another wave will occur this year. More than 34.7 million people, or more than half of all UK adults, have now received their first vaccine dose, and more than 15.8 million have received their second. About 29 million people in England have received one vaccine dose. Number 6. Russia with more than 4.7 million cases. Russia has recorded 4,784,497 cases of coronavirus infection and 109,670 deaths. Behind the United States, Brazil, India, and France, the nation has the fifth highest number of infections, but the number of new cases has increased dramatically every day in the last month. Number 5. Turkey reported 4.9 million coronavirus cases. As of May 5, Turkey had registered over 4.9 million total COVID-19 cases. Coronavirus has claimed the lives of 41,527 people across the world. Turkey's 17-day complete lockdown and other steps have significantly reduced the number of daily coronavirus infections, according to Health Minister Fahrettin Koca. We've seen a big drop in the number of cases. During a brief virtual press conference, Koca said, "We believe the interventions would also lead to a reduction in the number of deaths and patients in critical condition." Turkey has been reporting a record number of cases for most of April, with the number of regular infections hitting a peak of 63,082 on April 16. Due to the increase in regular cases, the government has reintroduced many restrictions that had previously been relaxed, including weekend curfews, with President Recep Tayyip Erdogan stating, "Ankara will re-evaluate the situation in 2 weeks." After case numbers did not drop as quickly as the government had hoped, Erdogan declared a 17-day complete lockdown last week. With Turkey under the strictest lockdown since the outbreak began, case numbers began to decline once more, hitting a low of 24,733 on May 3. COVID-19 caused 26,476 new infections and 356 deaths in Turkey on Wednesday. Number 4. France with 5.7 million coronavirus cases. According to Johns Hopkins University, the death toll from France's novel coronavirus reached 105,548, bringing the total to 5.7 million. On Monday, the number of new COVID-19 infections in France dropped to an almost 2-month low, prompting the government to begin unwinding the country's third lockdown. However, after dropping for 5 days in a row, the number of people hospitalized for the disease increased by 132 to 28,950 for the second time in a row. Among them, the total number of patients in intensive care units increased by 45 for the second day in a row to 5,630. That number is down nearly 400 from a recent high of 6,001, reached a week ago, but it is still more than twice as high as the 2,500 to 3,000 range set by the government to end France's second lockdown on December 15. From May 19, France will relax a nightly curfew of 7 p.m., which has been in effect since mid-December, allowing cafes, bars, and restaurants to provide outside service. In France, more than 16.1 million people, or 24.1% of the population and 30.7% of the adult population, received at least one COVID-19 vaccine shot. Number 3. Brazil with more than 14.8 million cases. According to Johns Hopkins University, Brazil has more than 14.8 million confirmed cases, making it one of the worst affected nations. coronavirus has caused 14,856,888 cases and 411,588 deaths in the world so far. Number 2. India is now the second worst affected country by COVID-19. The number of novel coronavirus cases in India surpassed 20.2 million on Thursday, according to the Indian Health Ministry, with 82,315 new cases detected in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu were among the 5 states in India that were hardest hit. Number 1. The United States tops 32.5 million. Coronavirus cases. According to Johns Hopkins University, the United States had 32,229,327 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday. At least 578,407 people have died as a result of the pandemic in the United States, which has the highest number of recorded infections in the world. What do you think about this video? Which of the following top 10 countries with most COVID-19 cases you find most affected by COVID-19? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.